CIS rejects. It's the real CIS rejects here.
I mean, all of them were like really, really talented individuals.
Yeah.
So now that they've gotten together, I mean, I feel like a lot of them have kind of disappeared for a short period, and now they're all resurfacing again. So I'm kind of curious as to how they adapted to the new patch, because I don't think any of these guys have played in quite some time.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, a lot of, very recent changes. Scandal obviously was recently on Empire, and then you had Screen Squad, who was for a little while he had a team called Screen, a team called Screen Squad, and then it was Walrus Punch, and then he was a part of Elements, and then they restructured and built around a new team, and I haven't seen him since. And then of course Funnick, a very storied history, but we'll be getting his Batrider. So very excited to see that. Lifestealer Batrider. Do you think this is Horde just like daring him to play it?
Dire team ban.
I think Batrider is still a really strong hero, and I mean, like you said, it's one of his signature heroes. And another thing I'm interested in is, have a lot of people been playing Meepo? I mean, I think Excalibur is the one who plays Meepo a lot, right?
It does sound right. I want to double check that, but I believe that is who plays it for Horde.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess, what's your thought about the hero as a whole? Have you seen him in pubs or in other professional matches at all?
I've seen him in pubs, but it's kind of similar to how it's always been. You just farm up like crazy, and then you just steamroll everyone with your massive net worth lead. But nothing too different from what I've seen this patch. I assume people just kind of control up the runes with Meepo, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking right now. It looks like he has had one game on Meepo in professional so far this month, and he lost it. So, I mean, all time he's got a lot more experience on that hero, obviously, and it does look like he's played it a decent amount of times. So, a pretty good ban. I can't help but think that with all of the changes to experience growth and stuff, that Meepo would just be terrifying to play against.
Dire team pick.
Probably not something they want to fight against with Lifestealer and Batrider as well. I think Meepo just kind of destroys both of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, true enough.
Although it kind of goes both ways, though. I think Lifestealer actually does okay against Meepo.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting little look too. I mean, he's gone now, so you just don't want to have to deal with him regardless. You got the Underlord as well. I feel like this guy is going to be picked or banned in almost every game of Dota from now until infinity. And paired together with the Shadow Fiend also an Eventual Spirit, this is a decent amount of like big beefy control and damage being dealt out. I like it.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Underlord, I think some of the Chinese teams actually don't value him as high. Some of them actually just ignore him entirely.
All right. Well, there we go. Is this a mid Pudge? That's my question to you.
I don't think so. This is definitely a support.
Okay.
But like Pudge has been picked so often as of late. It's not even, that surprising, but it's always exciting to see him come up because everyone likes to watch Pudge.
He's great. I played a Pudge game the other day. I random him on stream, and I was just hitting every hook. It was great. I was like throwing him out there left, right, and center, and then we lost because I was playing Pudge. And I guess that's kind of the way that it goes if you play him offlane.
I think this Pudge is actually sort of a counter to Underlord, because you know how last series Earth Spirit kicked them out of the teleport, right?
Ooh.
I think Pudge is kind of picked for a similar reason. You kind of just wait for them to group up, and then they think they're safe, and then all of a sudden one person gets hooked out, and you get a free kill.
That's pretty interesting. Then if you manage to hook the Underlord himself out, that's when things really start to get a little bit scary, because the rest of your team is left without your Underlord all of a sudden.
And I think overall the hero is just really good against heroes like Shadow Fiend, for example. Having Dismember just completely shuts them down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true enough. And also, I mean, in the early stages, Shadow Fiend notoriously squishy in that mid lane. If you do manage to find a hook on him early, it's pretty much curtains at that point. We've also sort of seen now the Slark get picked up. I am a little bit concerned that there's it's kind of a great game for a Slark. There's not a ton of hard disable that you've got, particularly through those first initial spells. Do they need to sort of address that right now for the Radiant team, or do you think that they have enough to deal with the Slark at this point?
Reserve time.
I think what they currently have actually isn't too bad, but I definitely agree with you. I would actually like to see a little more to deal with the Slark.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm gonna have to assume that they need a mid hero right now. Maybe Queen of Pain. I think Queen of Pain is actually pretty good this game.
Okay. All right, we'll see if that's what they decide to go for. Chen is going to be banned out as well. Obviously, you could see the Horde go for a group up and sort of push type of style, but I don't know. Chen is just a little bit of an odd ban to me.
I mean, with Underlord, it's pretty good, and it is an OK special.
Yeah. I guess that's fair enough as well. Well, last ban now coming out from Horde. Again, because these picked screen is a little bit messed up, you'll be seeing the arrows go down towards QD. What the heck is their name? LQ, that's the one. Sorry, guys. But it's actually going to go to Horde next is the last pick for them. But they take out the sniper. Still thinking that they are going to need to get rid of a mid hero there. But I feel like the mid could be really strong if particularly Avenge even decides to stick around a little while for Shadow Fiend to help him out there through those early levels.
10 seconds remaining.
Might even be an offlane. Some Chinese teams, like IG Vitality, run Underlord as position 4.
Interesting.
Reserve time.
That would be kind of a unique look. IG Vitality have been playing pretty well recently. I saw that they did well in WCA. I think they won it, actually, in a couple other tournaments since their run at Boston. With their full team complemented together. So that's kind of cool to see from them. But at least for now, it's going to be the Clockwork that comes out. So yeah, position 4 Underlord. Or I guess position 4 Clockwork. Which do you like better there?
I would like to see a position 4 Clockwork. I think Underlord actually needs the farm.
Okay.
Which I think most likely it will be a support Clockwork instead.
So do you run that dual aggressive then? Ooh, a Storm Spirit last pick. All right.
Okay. Not quite a co-op, but it is another potential Slark shutdown. It's not exactly like the greatest, but you do end up buying Orchid, for example, and it just is a potential way to deal with this Slark. Right. Everyone is disconnected.
See you later, guys. Oh, you know what it is? I'll bet you that we had to call for a remake, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, rehost it afterwards. All right, I gotta hop out of this real quick. I'm gonna swap over to the splash screen, take a look at the picks, and let me know what you think. You have to hop in real quickly too, otherwise they're gonna leave us, and that would be really sad. So yeah, what did you think about the picks in general there? Is there anything?
I'm gonna have to see them. I'm gonna have to see them again as I'm rejoining.
We're back into it. Yeah, I kind of like the Pudge, the last pick, Storm Spirit. Let's see what they had. They had a Vengeful Spirit, Clockwork for a decent amount of control. I can actually look back at the stream too because it's going to be 2 minutes delayed.
I mean, it was Underlord, Shadow Fiend, Clockwork, Venge, and what was their offlaner? Oh wait, no, that was Underlord. Their carry,
Slark. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream that's 2 minutes delayed right now, so it's easy peasy. Yeah, I like the look of the Horde draft as a whole, but I think that there's a potential for Storm Spirit to just get like out of control.
Yeah, definitely. I think it kind of goes both ways. I think LQ have the potential to really snowball out of control, and same with Horde. You have a Shadow Fiend, and you have a Slark as well. I think the game really just kind of hinges on who gets a better start.
Well, and the other thing that's sort of interesting about this is that both of these teams are sort of formed. Horde has been getting a little bit more consistently playing together, but particularly when they first formed, it was like sort of a joke squad that they were playing just for WESG. And since they have gone on to win one of the European qualifiers and move on, and they're going to be taking place in that, it's sort of this moment now where they've become a real team and they've been able to play around a very talented squad of players. It's been exciting to watch their sort of movement further forward. We are currently the only casters in the lobby with all 10 players, so hopefully it's not all broken to hell, but there is a decent chance that we hop back into it.
30 seconds apparently.
Yeah. Well, what else could we chat about? Aosin, how are you feeling about the patch recently? Have you had any new revelations? Has anything been blowing your mind, or sort of Chinese Dota that's doing funky things that are pretty cool?
Not really. I haven't seen anything too crazy from the Chinese players yet. I think if anything, it's been experimenting with the Octarine Blade Mail combo on all the heroes. I mean, it doesn't even matter what heroes I've been playing. I've just been trying it on all of them.
Even if they don't have the spell steal stuff?
Even if they don't have the spell amp or leech or anything like that.
Huh. Does it work like with other heroes?
No, not really. I tried it on. I tried it on Shadow Fiend. It wasn't really a thing.
That sounds awful. God, I'm sorry for you. Was it unranked at least or no?
Oh yeah, it was unranked.
All right, well, that's good. Thank goodness for that at very least. Yeah, I've been experimenting. One of my favorite things actually is Weaver's been pretty cool too. A lot of these talents, it feels like you sort of have two paths to go with them, obviously, but they're consistent among all the talents. So for Weaver, it's like you can build into survivability or you can build into more damage. And so because of that, you're now in the situation where like you can forego damage, you can forego survivability items like Lincoln's and just go straight damage if they don't have like hard single target lockdown. I really like it.
There's definitely still a lot to see in this current patch, even though it's been a couple of weeks.
Wow.
But it's definitely much more refined than it was the first week.
Yeah. No, definitely.
First week, it was just 60 kills plus every 20 minutes.
Yeah, in that last game, like, there was a lot of kills that were happening, but it wasn't insane like it was before. And I think a big part of it that we might end up talking about in this game potentially is also the terrain changes. I've talked about this a little bit, but if you take a look at the way that the high ground and low ground works in both of the jungles, I think that's a big part of the reason why Radiant has such a big advantage right now. It's actually really hard to take that Radiant tier 1. Like, there's not as much room to fight around it as there was before. Oh,
We get
look at Lifestealer. He's like, give me a hug.
I never liked the Lifestealer one. Look at Storm. He's holding a rose in his mouth.
That's great.
All pick.
You love to see that. Oh my god, it's so sexy. We love it. Oh, they're doing the trick. They're actually going to hit it right too. All right, this is actually really impressive. So, believe it or not, I have seen more teams mess this up than get it correct. And the only way that it really works well is if you hit it like just perfectly. You need to preset out which ones you're going to go in which order, and then you manage to get 3 souls per cog. So, good on Horde for actually doing the strategy correctly.
Yeah, they're standing in the right position, hitting in the right order. Definitely, like you said, a lot of teams always mess it up. They always end up getting like 1 soul and then 2 souls, and then they finally end up doing it right and getting 3.
Yeah. Or sometimes, I remember I watched Infamous play and they didn't get 1. They missed every single one. It was awful. Well, this is certainly going to be a good start for him, and I think Shadow Fiend will also be able to get a bounty rune off the back of this. So, starting with 12 souls, he's already hitting for 74 damage going into lane. All right, if they could kill him here, though, this would actually be huge. Oh, God. Is Pablo going to lose his life for this? He just might. Does he walk up the hill? Are they all going to go up there together? They're going to have the remnant. They're going for the souls. All right, they found Pablo. He's time to get the hell out of there.
First blood.
Well, at least he gets to save his souls, so
Stupendous.
everyone thank Pablo for saving Shadow Fiend. That would have been much worse if he lost half his souls there.
Yeah. And I mean, as it stands, going to lane with 80 damage, like, this is going to be so tough for Storm Spirit. We talked about sort of scalability and snowballing. It feels like this is the perfect game for it, for the Shadow Fiend.
Well, it's been quite a few years since I've watched Scandal play, but when he played mid back then, this guy was the god, so it's going to be interesting to see how he performs now, because it's been quite some time.
Yeah. Well, he got a last hit, so that's something, but with Shadow Fiend already taking this dominant of a lead, I mean, it doesn't matter how good you play. At a certain point in time, it's too tough. Able to last hit with Remnant is at least a little something. And actually, he's making it work for himself, but yeah, it's going to be a tough one. What about these other lanes? Funnick versus Slark, it also feels like, I mean, Batrider, this isn't a great matchup for him either.
I mean, as long as he is uncontested, I think it's all right. You just kind of want to farm on Bad Rider. He was expecting way more up here to begin with, but it's just a clockwork. Unfortunately for him, he has an Iron Talent. Oh, okay, mid. Scandal is forced out of lane, and this is even harder for him now.
God, that really sucks. Yeah, Excalibur is not going to look back from this either. I mean, you look up here in the top lane now, Funnick gonna get ran down a little bit. Clockwork rotation in. You never expect it from Pablo. But the man finds the kill, and I mean, the only hope that they've got is down here in the bottom lane, but I don't think that that's even going to be super plausible either.
Clockwork support. Level 2 battery assault. Unfortunately for Funnick, like, just wasn't expecting this kind of lane setup, and he has an Iron Talon instead of mobility or some more region or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Scandal's been able to make life for himself here in this lane is pretty spectacular. Like, it's been a really... As bad as it's gone for him, it could have gone so much worse. 8 last hits at this point is not great, but you'll take it.
And he's getting run out of lane again.
Oh, all right. Blow your brain. Running down Pablo. Needs to be careful. Gets pushed back out of cogs and walks away.
Yeah, unfortunately for Scandal, he's been run out of lane twice now. So it only gets harder for him.
Screen wants to make something happen here, and a little bit unfortunate. Came right as the shrine was used, and I mean, it wouldn't have mattered anyways. He wouldn't have been able to kill him. But yeah, spotted out that Underlord was low with that Observer Ward there, and wasn't able to convert on that. Well, Eosin, at this point in the game, I mean, it feels definitely like Horde is at a distinct advantage. Would you kind of agree with that, or do you think that there's still stuff going well right here for LQ?
I think it's not the middle lane. It's clogged up. I think he might be fine. See if he hits this hook. No, he's way too fast.
No way to catch up to him. I mean, he does have boots and a windlace, but yeah, not quite going to be able to get there.
I mean, it's definitely a lead for Horde right now. But I don't think it's something they can overcome once they kind of get their pick-off lineup going. Because their lineup is really, really strong in the mid game. In terms of just picking off one hero one at a time. I don't think they ever want to go for a team fight. Oh, Excalibur.
Oh my God. All right, yep, that was quick and easy. Take him down. Blow your brain, unfortunately, left to just look at him as it happens. So 25 and 20. One of the big issues too is that Storm is going to keep on getting like harassed out. He really can't stay in this lane super effectively.
Yeah, since the jungle is nerfed as well, you can't exactly catch up like that.
Well, Ake and
Invis.
Pablo. They want to make something happen here. Yeah, he's not gonna. Well, maybe. Okay, a little bit of movement speed advantage into the favor of Pablo. Can he get the first hit? All right, that should be enough now. And Cogs could come as well. Oh, slowed down by the rot. Really good play here. And I think that Blow Your Brain might have just kept himself alive with that. That was really smart.
Yeah, that was really well played by him. But also very unfortunate for Pablo. Just didn't expect him to move to the side like that and couldn't catch him in time.
Yeah, that definitely should have been a kill. No doubt about it. And, I mean, Scandal can retreat to the jungle, but like you said, it's not nearly going to be as efficient as you would have wanted.
Radiant's top tower is
Kind of
under
thinking
attack.
now as well that they're just not able to put enough pressure right now on the side of
Dire's
Horde, and
bottom tower
this could
is
end up
under
coming back to
attack.
bite him. It's a really hard start to go off of at the very beginning, going into lane with that big of a last hit disadvantage.
So while Horde do have a very good mid lane going for them, their off lane isn't as good as Bad Rider's. Oh,
Yeah.
bottom lane. Oh, it's much better rotating.
They're bringing a couple people, actually canceling the TPs even. And he's very comfortable sticking around for a little bit longer. Just pop a tango, keep on farming.
But yeah, this Underlord's only level 4. Funnick's about to hit 6 already.
Yeah.
Stupendous.
And we'll see how that goes. Can he really get stuff done? Is it like the drums build at this point? Is that even still a thing on Batrider? I haven't seen much Batrider played in the new patch where he goes for anything other than Blink.
I think drums is still very viable here.
Okay.
In fact, I think it's probably better than going straight Blink. I could be wrong though, because he's having a pretty damn good lane up here. And if he really wanted to get a Blink first, I think it's totally fine.
Okay. Instead, just going for a couple more of those small items. Picks up a raindrop, finishing off the wand as well. And the big question for me is how does Excalibur transition out of this now? He doesn't have the highest last hits anymore, but has still been able to be a part of a lot of things in this top of the net worth chart.
I think he just goes for your standard Shadow Fiend right-click item build. You just stack up stats.
Yeah, almost getting caught there.
Denied.
So would you say Dragonlance is probably that next best item? We did see a Shadow Blade the other game.
I think he's already got to keep up Dragonlance.
Okay.
You just go Dragonlance and potentially BKB. I think BKB is pretty good here.
Nice little jump away from Scandal. God, he takes a ton of damage though. Storm Spirit does not have the raindrops on him currently, so yeah, it's still a little bit scary right now. Does look like they're coming out though. But a DD on Excalibur is going to make him really hard to deal with. There's the jump forward, wants to fight into him. Needs to be careful though. Ake is showing up as well as Pablo, and dropping low. He is going to pop his stick charges, trying to get out of there, low on mana. One more hit might be enough to kill Blow Your Brain, and they do find that kill. God, the DD on Shadow Fiend is just monstrosity.
That was a strange
middle tower is under attack.
attempt at a gank. Storm jumped in as punch hook. I thought it was because he would assume that the hook was going to hit, but he jumped way further than you would expect, even if the hook did hit. So I think that was just a slight miscommunication. They overextended. Didn't even have enough mana to get the kill either.
Is under attack.
Still looking at the rotations down towards the bottom now. Horde looking like they want to get maybe aggressive. It's a little bit of a scary one. I guess it's just maybe a push out of the lane since they don't have hook shot yet up for Pablo. But yeah, it doesn't feel like LQ are scared at all to sort of keep the aggression on her, like they're being outmatched at all. They're able to make themselves a pretty good start to this, in spite of those.
They're giving a lot of space to Funnick right now. Funnick's actually going to be able to finish his Blink very soon. And once he gets his Blink up, I think they should start doing the Infest Bomb combo. It's going to be easy kills on pretty much anyone.
Yeah. It's something we haven't discussed too much, but Lifesteal's been having a great time bottom as well. I mean, Armlet now done. It doesn't feel like they're snowballing as hard as they potentially could have, and he's going to go for the open wombs down to Pablo, able to get the hook, pulled him back out of there, and some trouble now. Right click's coming, going to go for the TP. Does not happen. Screen gets the kill there.
That was like a very much needed kill for this Pudge. I think this Pudge was kind of falling behind, but I think he'll hit 10 with the tome in a couple seconds, and that bite is going to be really useful for whoever they try to gank. Maybe not so much for Clockwork or Slark, but definitely can easily kill off Shadow Fiend if he catches him with it.
Yeah. Well, and Shadow Fiend hasn't decided to put anything into his next level talents as of yet, opting instead to get more points in Presence of the Dark Lord and that Requiem. On the Slark side of things, you can see that we're currently up to 15 damage for him, so let's try to turn into that snowbally type of hero. Love to see it.
Funnick has this Blink in 10 gold.
What is he doing exactly? I guess he just wants to try and go on the board. Does just ulti away though, so I guess that's ulti pulled out.
Yeah, he was just playing really far up. Kind of made Slark think that he had teammates behind him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Blink Dagger. Let's see where he goes with this.
Yeah, I mean, he've already used the ulti. You know that Slark's ulti is down, so if he gets one more up here, this would be a pretty easy kill, waiting for the Dark Pact to wear off. Could jump now if he wanted to, but Yeah, not opting to. Meanwhile, hooked in, find Pablo. Nice kill.
Well, so they know Funnick has Blink Dagger now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Sort of going
Can I
on
go
top.
for this? He's too tanky. He's 12 one stick or one charges and strength treads. I think now would be a good time for Funnick to just pick up a blink, a smoke, and just kind of get the lifestealer to jump into him. I guess you just TP bottom.
Yeah,
Hopefully they can convert that to a tower kill as well.
that's something that's sort of been a little bit lacking at this point. You do have all of the tier 1 towers still up for all these guys. As a nice hook pulls in the Slark, but not going to be able to do anything outside of make him commit his ulti. Yeah, Funnick is waiting. They could jump if they want to. Oh, they have eyes. They see Pablo.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Going for the Firefly now. Could go for the initiation. Pulls him back in. No Force Staff, obviously, but now there's the rage that pops out. Nice hook away. Pablo keeping his buddy alive there. And, well, that is going to pretty much stop the push in its tracks.
Dire's
wish I knew
middle
what you were
tower
talking
is under attack.
Are you crashy crashed?
It's like beyond crash.
Oh God! All right, well we'll do our best here then. Hopefully these technical difficulties don't continue. There's a couple other people that were crashing out of the servers as well. Well, tier 1 is going to start to go down. Looks like Pablo is still in the area mid, but no hook shot up and online. Let's see. Oh, there you are. You reconnected.
Yeah, we are good.
Good stuff. Now, 5 heroes moving down towards bottom. And it looks like Horde could be in a mood to defend this, but a quick jump forward and that should be a dead Underlord.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gave him the whole combo.
No.
No lasso though.
Oh, good movement up to the high ground. Is going to get hook shot in on by Pablo. Now Pablo stuck there, going to TP to the low ground. Underlord did buy back and is in the midst of this one. They take down Screen and they took down Funnick. So a quick reaction, maybe a little bit of an overkill, the buyback by Underlord. Do they have another hook? No, not quite.
And that's the Shadow Blade for the Slark now. Life is very
Radiant's
difficult
bottom
for a
tower
Pudge.
is under
I think
attack.
Pudge is like pretty much a free kill.
That's sort of a problem. And I mean, looking at it as well, he's sort of one of those heroes that needs to get in on top of you from the shadows, but right now Horde is just keeping the pressure on LQ.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, here comes the Pit Lord
Dire's middle
TP.
tower is under attack.
They must realize that this is happening.
Oh, the whole team is here.
God, that's really scary. All right, that's one dead. Doesn't look like they're going to be at the Storm Spirit, but
That's pretty funny.
it's not often you see those types of things happen. But Tier 1 tower taking down bottom. Now the rotation in towards mid. They should be able to get this one.
Radiant's middle tower
We've
is
got
under
ourselves the
attack.
Slardar, or rather Slark, who's pushing up towards top and can harass that Batrider if he wanted to, but they're going to get this tower. No great way to stop it.
Structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Seems to be the common theme with
Dire's
Underlord
top
stress.
tower
It's
is
just
under attack.
one of the best group up and push kind of heroes.
And the thing that's kind of tough about this too is that Storm Spirit is not anywhere close to his first items. I don't really know how he's going to deal with this, but he needs to get a lot more quickly, and just not sure if it's going to happen.
Well, he does have the point booster, so I assume he'll probably finish his Bloodstone in like 4 to 5 minutes.
Okay. Scandal about half mana at the moment. They are making this move. I don't believe that Scandal realizes that they're all here. Oh, he would have spotted them with that ward over there by the shrine, so he should realize it. Walks into the creep wave. Pit of Malice does stop him from ball lightning away, and he's going to go down really close, trying to TP out of there. Oh, the hook, Pablo! Oh, good plays. The Pit of Malice with that root. It's so good against Storm.
Maybe he could pick up Rod of Atos later to really shut down this Storm.
Yeah. Pablo is making plays for his team, though, and Funnick, front and center, they do spot him. They could go for initiation with Slark if they wanted to, but it looks like Radiant are just going to back out of there.
Funnick's trying to find the Shadow Fiend. Isn't going to get lucky, though. They do have a ward.
Oh, bit too bad there. Would have been a great pickup for them, but doesn't end up happening. So you think that this Slark can pretty much just take down the Pudge regardless of whatever else happens? Like if they finds him in the jungle?
You might even be able to kill the Batrider now, but it's a lot more risky.
Yeah. I mean, look at this, though. It's just down in their eyes, crossing their T's. Horde moving from place to place is 5. And they're not really losing out that much on experience. They're still ahead there. Hook is not going to connect. And now the moving forward, they are dealing a lot of damage. My goodness. Excalibur not afraid.
Denied. Shadow wave.
Yeah, he's pretty down farmed as we would have expected with that kind of start. But he's still also very vulnerable. I think all of the heroes are very vulnerable. That's kind of where the Vengeful Spirit comes into play, though. Just being able to save anyone who gets gone on is pretty huge.
Yeah, and also, like, they don't have the classic defensive hero, you know, a Winter Wyvern, a Dazzle, Oracle, but Swap is pretty effective, and, you know, Pablo can go for the counter initiation plays as well. But it's going to come down to Excalibur just needing to have really good positioning throughout this, as they do spot out the Horde team with that scan. Fortunately, Dire a little bit off the mark with theirs.
Alright, Radiant coming in. They know they have a good idea of where they are,
middle
but
tower is under
Horde are
attack.
all together right now. This is pretty difficult, even if they do manage to find
I'll
someone.
take that.
Yeah, Mr. Shadow Fiend does also have a haste rune. They're moving down towards bottom, and they're not going to get caught. It's one of those things where even if you don't catch somebody with the scan, you know that there's only like a couple paths they could be taking, so you still have ideas of where they are. And they spot out Funnick immediately. Throw out the flare. He's going to try and keep this creep wave off of his tower, but it's just too tough right now, and they're going to hit away at this. Like, Excalibur doesn't care.
Oh, he's got that Scepter queued up. This is what I like to see. Scepter Shadow Fiend build.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they just can't do anything to stop it, and Storm Spirit is up here alone by the tier 2 tower, and they're actually going to come in. Oh, good play. The pushback by Pablo. Don't think he's going to be able to find him. Pump fake and hook shot. They have the courier on him. They find him. There's the follow-up stun from Ake trying to find the kill, but it's not quite going to be there. That was still a pretty little piece of movement.
Yep, this game doesn't get any easier for Scandal. He's just getting harassed all over the place. Wasn't even able to finish his Bloodstone. 5 minutes or so.
Oh.
It's a very, very late Bloodstone.
And they jumped onto the Shadow Fiend, but he pops his haste rune and just runs away. Lasso wasn't even able to be used. I mean, they had Venge in the area anyways.
I'm just really excited to see this Scepter on Shadow Fiend with the 2 souls. It's gonna be like 350 damage with no damage items.
Yeah, that's pretty absurd. I mean, is the ulti's kind of interesting as well, where you heal back up afterwards.
It's definitely nice to have, but the only problem with it is it always feels a little lackluster because you either want to start the fight with it and not after you've taken damage, and even if you're taking damage, it means you're probably gonna die before you cast it.
Yeah. I guess the dream scenario there is like you wind it up, they focus you, and then you get it off, and then it heals you back up, and then you're ready to fight, like at the very start of it, but that's hard to make happen anyways. Huh. we haven't seen any upgrades used yet. Oh, I'm not going to be able to catch Scandal there. We haven't seen any of the talents picked up by Underlord yet.
I mean, they're kind of lackluster. They don't exactly feel all that strong. 2 mana regen, 4 armor. He probably thinks that the Atrophy aura is stronger than his talents, which I would probably agree with.
Oh my god, that's really unfortunate there. Hops inside of a creep, which will probably die shortly. I think they just let it. Yeah, it's being focused. He's in a ton of trouble.
But his whole team's here.
All right, Hook gonna pull it onto one. They catch on to Funnock before the Force Staff's able to get him away. That's already going to be a dead Bat Rider, so 2 gone and not able to get into range for that swap from Vengeful Spirit, unfortunately. But they still take down both the Lifestealer and the Bat Rider. It just feels like Horde is running away with this one.
Going straight into the Roche Pit. Excalibur has the Scepter as well. I'm pretty sure they give the Aegis to him as well. He's just unstoppable.
How many DDs does this guy got? He had like a DD into a regen rune before, and now he picks up another DD going into Roche. He's going to have the Aegis on him. Aghanim Scepter completed. Now bottom lane, I mean, this is Scandal in the area. Not quite on point with that hook.
Oh, that was so...
That was really close. Well, that hook is going to pull an Excalibur, but I don't think you want to be here, Know Your Brain. This is not your place in the world.
Oh no, that's not the hook that you want. Oh, Excalibur, you forgot your Scepter.
He'll come out to him. Wanted to get a kill first. I mean, what do you do at this point if you're LQ? It feels like there's just no great answer.
I mean, you gotta stick to your guns. They went for the pick-off lineup. They even bought a gem on Bad Rider, so they really have to find the pick-off. Oh, this is the kill. They have to at least try this.
Oh, God, and they're not going to. Oh, they used the lasso as well. That hurts. Yeah. They got a ward?
They got a ward. Small victories. All counts. Now they know they have a gem as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So they smoke up, see if they find anything with this. Oh, they're all working at bottom. They want to bait the Slark.
Dire's top tower is
I
under
don't know if
attack.
it's going to really happen, though. It feels like they're already in such a good position with sort of understanding what the enemy's doing. Ooh, I don't think we're going to see it, but I just remembered the 25 talent for Venge. Magic Missile, Piercing Spell Immunity. I have a feeling the game might be over before Venge gets level 25.
I think so too. They're just mowing down towers right now, and they're not even attempting
Radiant's
to defend.
middle tower has fallen.
I don't know if he's going to be able to kill off Scandal here. It feels like it's going to be a pretty tough one to make that happen. He does zip away, picks up the bounty rune, and Pablo won't be able to keep up with him, unfortunately.
And they just all group up. So we'll take the last 2 towers because there's nothing Radiant can do about it. And their lineup is so single target focused as well. I have such a hard time finding a real way for them to take a team fight when they're all grouped up.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's like right click too, so the Pit Lord just negates a lot of that with that Atrophy aura. This is 40% of your base damage gone.
Well, and maybe some damage could come out from Scandal zipping in on top of all of these heroes, but then you're a Storm Spirit who's zipped on top of a Shadow Fiend with, you know, Venge Aura and all this other stuff. You're just gonna get completely eviscerated. Like, to me, it feels like there needs to be some pickoffs, and it's just Horde is not giving them that opportunity. Maybe now? All right, they pull back in Excalibur. There's a nice catch. Dark Rift away, though. Can they get him in time? Actually cancels the Dark Rift. Going to control Funnock for the moment. Screen is there as well, taking a lot of damage. The hook is not going to connect. Scandal trying to escape. Still has a decent amount of mana. We'll be able to walk away from that one. But realizing that it wasn't going to be a problem, they get the deny on Pudge, which is at least something, but it's not really a whole heck of a lot. And Excalibur just running at them, has the Aegis, not afraid to die here. Is going to get the Mantis Cell up, doesn't go down. Still alive on 200 HP. Oh wait, he didn't. Yeah, he did have the Aegis there. And I mean, they don't even care. They don't have Dark Rift, which is maybe one way to get back into this, but it would have to be pretty spectacular.
Dire team still has everything up. I don't think they're very afraid. Gonna take this and just back down. No Bad Rider, they don't have to worry about the Storm either. The Storm doesn't have nearly enough to actually scare them off.
Yeah, he tried to zip through to get the kill on Shadow Fiend there, but as he went for it, they just dodged away from it, and the zip didn't end up doing anything to Excalibur. He's going to be back up again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now one shrine goes down. They just got to go heal up, buy their items, and just march down another lane.
Invisibility.
Well, 15,000 net worth lead for Horde, around the same amount of experience, and now Shadow Fiend still not level 20, but that is going to change very quickly, I feel. Yep, and there it is. Let's see what his damage boosts up to. It's 281 right now. So, come on now. Hit the button. You know you want to. Up to 342. Yeah.
373 with the Aura.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and all he has is Scepter and Manta. Hurricane Pike.
So he does damage. He has survivability. Is this just the de facto build now for you? Do you think that this is better than...
I think this is probably the best way to build him. I think that talent is actually something that shouldn't be overlooked. I see a lot of people taking that 15% evasion, but I feel like 2 damage per soul with the Scepter, that's an extra, what is that? 92 damage.
Yeah. That is pretty great. And then you get the little added, you know, ability, which granted isn't amazing, but it's better than nothing. It's not like it's bad in any way, particularly if you get the bonus damage. I mean, what other item gives you 92 damage like that?
Right. So, I mean, essentially you're debating, if you go this build, you're pretty much just paying 4,200 gold on the Scepter for an extra, what is it? I can't do the math. It's like 50 or 60 extra damage, something like that.
Well, it looks like currently Radiant, LQ, they're in a position where they want to try and fight around, I guess, the Dire Shrine, expecting that somebody's going to be there. Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Oh, God. Oh, they're smoking the run, too.
Oh, God. All right. And, well, there's Fun at Caught. I think that this is going to be a kill now, as they're pretty much in the range to get it. He's going to chase a little bit further. Connects onto Sunlight. That's going to be controlled up Lifestealer. He's brought down. Pablo finds the kill as well as Ake. God, this is brutal.
This is looking like it's nearing the end, I feel.
LQ was an open qualifier team, and they have formed very recently, so there's a certain amount of, you know, expectation that this was going to be the case. They do pull an Excalibur, Manta style, force staffed away. Okay, Scandal turned upon now. Is he going to end up going down? God, the Pit of Malice is just too strong. Yeah, Storm's...
I think if there's something to take from this game is that you do not pick Storm against Underlord, because I think this hero just annihilates Storm.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, any of those roots, and particularly the fact that you can cast it from so far away and it's such a big AoE. But, oh, they're going to hook him again. They pull him back in, drop him low. The Slark is going to survive through it. They have the BKB popped for Excalibur. It's going to turn and continue to fight. Takes down Know Your Brain. There's going to be another one. Sunlight never stood a chance, as he actually is going to walk away from that one. So,
I just want to see a Requiem. Just one.
I know, come on. Do it, Excalibur. Oh, good game, well played. He's going to Dark Rift them away. What is this shenanigans? Alright, well, that's it.
At least ulti in your fountain. Yeah, oh, he was channeling.
Well, I don't know if there's a whole lot to say about that one beyond just Horde dominated.
I mean, they picked a lineup where it's incredibly reliant on them snowballing with this Storm, a Bat Rider, and a Lifestealer. Because teamfight wise, I don't think it's very easy to win a teamfight against Horde's lineup.
Yeah.
And Horde just completely shut him out in the early game and carried through all the way to the end. There was just like no opening for them.
Well, ladies and gents, we'll be back in just a second with game number 2. Horde facing off against LQ. It's the Starladder StarSeries iLeague Season 3 European Qualifiers, Phase number 2. And we'll be back in just a little bit with more action. Myself, Lyrical, as well as Aosin, and hopefully we go to a Game 3 today. We haven't seen one as of yet, as friends were able to 2-0 Empire, but stick around, we'll see what happens. See you guys in a bit.
E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone